Good evening, one and all. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. It's just about 8 o'clock and time to pick up the ZOE Ragchew here on Friday night. We'll be monitoring 443.075. And our net controller is Larry.
And welcome to the Friday night ZOE Ragchew on 443.075. There's a plus offset and no tone is required. My call sign is Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. My first name is Larry, and I'm located on the East Hamilton Mountains. It's an open net to join the conversation. Please give us your call sign and your name. And tell us about yourself, your equipment, or what you'd like to add to the conversation. And before we start, I'd like to thank Terry, VA3IMW for uses as a repeater. Please remember to have a repeater has very good coverage in Ontario, no religion, politics, or foul language. And last but not least, please let the repeater drop a note and get in between our conversations. Can I get check-ins for Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Come on in, please.
Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey.
Like Mac's on Wade's on his way home. He just said something on YouTube there, Mac. And here are check-ins for Friday night ZOE Ragchew. Come on in. All these is their check-in after VA308, VA3CP. VE3, every known joke. All right, any other check-ins? Come on in, VE3LBI. Well, I guess we'll start there and see how we make up. We got three of us so far, four of us, I guess, with myself. Looks like we're for another heat wave. They say it's not supposed to break now until Thursday. So make sure, again, you stay hydrated. No matter what you use, but like they say, alcohol is not that good for you, but everybody once in a while likes a nice cold beer. So, anyways, Mac, I'll pass it back up to you and see if we get some more check-ins after. Go ahead, VA3MW, VE3LBI.
Well, thanks, Larry. VE3LBI, VA3IMW, and also waving a hand to Wade, VA3NCA, who's listening along on YouTube. And we've also had Guy just join us from Ottawa, and I'm sure there'll be lots more coming along. Beautiful day today, absolutely gorgeous. A little bit on the warm side, but, not terrible humidity. So as far as the heat wave goes, middle of July, I think you're supposed to be in the 28-degree range. Amazingly, what we've seen is that temperatures are down below 20 degrees at night. So good for sleeping, and you can get out and get a few things done early in the day before things get too sweltering. Like whack your lawn and anything else you want to fill in the gaps with there. And yes, staying hydrated is lots of fun. All things in moderation, especially moderation. What else is going on? It's Friday. Looking forward to the weekend. I'd like to hear everybody who has interests to go into the Bark swap meet, whatever you want to call it, junk in the trunk. Anyways, they're up in the Milton Park there, and I think from all the ham fests I've attended, I would say that the Burlington Amateur Radio Club probably does it the best. Of course, I haven't been to very many, and I'm not sure that I'm going to go. I don't need anything right now. It would be nice to rub elbows with a few like-minded individuals, but my honey-do list is growing quicker than I can knock things off. So maybe I'll have to take care this weekend and see if I can get some stuff taken care of here at home, especially before things get really too hot. Anyways, not much else to share at this point in time. Larry, thanks for the traffic update. And perhaps on the next round, I'll share my opinion on a certain intersection, and I'll turn it back to you.
Yep. Oh, okay. Thanks, Mac. Yeah. Actually, Brenda and I went down to the lakefront today down at Hutchins, and she took a stroll down there on the paved pathway. So we walked actually quite a distance. I'm not sure how far. She probably would know with her watch. You know, one of those, whatever it is. No, I think it's an Apple Watch. Something. Whatever. Takes a number of steps, she said. So she just finished walking an hour, or just a couple minutes ago, too. She walked up the street and back down to the mailbox. So Monday we'll tell the time when we go there in the morning. So we'll see what they have to say about things.
Well, it sounds like she's getting around. I'm trusting that the discomfort is subsiding. Is there any question about the how the cyborg implants are taking to the bone?
No, the issue is she can't bend it properly. So we're waiting to find out what the issue there. They think it might be from earlier scar tissue from a previous surgery. So she'll find out more Monday. Get the X-rays and stuff. So actually, going to ask Dave a couple of questions. I'll bring him up next. Anyways, yeah, I'll bring up Dave next if that's okay with you, Mac.
Yeah, I'm all done for the time being, and I'm here for the duration. Thanks, Larry.
Okay, and before I do, anybody else checking in Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Come on in, please.
Copy 3 Whiskey Papa Golf. Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Juliet Zulu.
Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Romeo Foxtrot Portable.
Okay, Vern, we'll bring you in first there because you're portable.
Thanks, Larry. Appreciate you doing that. Yeah, took the walk. 26 degrees, as Mac mentioned. Beautiful day. Really nice. Not too humid. I mean, it's a little sticky, but not too bad. Still got another hour of sunlight, so I'm going to be out for a little while. Back to you.
Okay, yep, and yeah, just a little touch of the repeater, but still very understandable. No problem there at all. So, all right, Vern, I'll bring up Dave next. VA3CP, VE3LBI. You've been down to the clinic a few times there at St. Joe's and to the fracture area. Were you expecting a long wait, you think, Dave?
Mr. LBI, VA3CP, I have only been down there once many moons ago. I haven't been down there recently. And I hear that in most fracture clinics, yes, you can expect to wait a long time. Sometimes they move along pretty quick, sometimes they don't. And talking about guys looking to get fractured on Sunday and Monday, both days I was driving out the 403 towards Ancaster. 2 lanes of traffic going westbound. And both days I had a motorcycle pass between me and the adjacent lane of traffic. And then on Monday afternoon, I guess about 2 hours after I went through there, something got splatted. Back to you, Larry.
Yeah, a little close to the mic there, Dave. Well, they caught that guy doing, was it 200 kilometers an hour on a stolen motorcycle. Apparently he stopped and filled up with gas, didn't pay for it. And then they caught him, I think he was on the 401. Doing 200 miles an hour on a or 200 kilometers an hour, pardon me, on a motorcycle. Except they figured out who it was and they caught him at his house.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but that is the 4th time this year that I've had that happen, where a motorcycle has passed between the 2 adjacent traveling lanes. Just insane. You know, when you're doing about 110 or so and a motorcycle goes by you like you're standing still between you and the adjacent traffic, it's pretty scary.
Well, the thing about it is they're always telling the drivers to be careful and watch out for, like you say, motorcycles and stuff. Yeah, they pull stunts like that and somebody's coming over, like you say. I mean, he's probably going, or he or she, probably going, another 30, 40 kilometers faster. Somebody changes lanes, and they haven't got a chance.
No, exactly. situation was where a car and a motorcycle got tangled up right about right where Mohawk Road goes over top of the link, or I guess the link or whatever, or Wolfen Street. No, it's not Wolfen. Anyway, Mohawk Road goes over top of the 403, and there's the interchange there. I guess a motorcycle got it there. Last I heard, he was in critical condition. I don't know if he made it or not. Anyway, enough of that stuff. The 3LBI VA3CP, and I get to do the fracture clinic next Monday.
Yeah, Brent's going down more in the morning. I think you said your afternoon, so probably won't see you there. I don't think it's a good place to do POTA from anyways. All right, we're bringing Bill here, VE3EKJ. Come on in, Bill, VE3LBI.
Okay, fine there, Larry. And, yeah, motorcycles. I don't know, it sounds like, I'm taking a guess the fellow that zipped in between there was younger than me. And I've noticed something about a lot of younger folk drivers and things. They seem to, I don't know, they don't seem to have the same sense of consequences and critical thinking. And I remember when we were kids, or I was kids anyways, we used to say you didn't really become a good driver until, the first year or two after you got your license. Because the cops in those days used to patrol. And if you were doing something stupid, they would pull you over. Most times they didn't give you a ticket, but they put the fear of God in you, and it smartened you up. But now, cops don't patrol. They do radar because that brings in an awful lot more money. And then they, as they say, they don't go out and patrol. If you have a flat tire, you better have a cell phone because there won't be a cop coming by. So there's no correction. The only time you see the cop is when you really smash things up, and if you're still alive, hopefully he'll get you out of the car, which is, to me, it doesn't seem like such a great way to learn. All in the name of safety, they tell us. But anyhow, I'm not doing much. That's the great thing about being retired. Super hot, so I stay inside where it's cooler. And I've still got tons of junk to work on, all the old boat anchors. And as I'm fond of saying, I got a habit, I never finish anything. I just sort of poke away at this one and poke away at that one. One day it's a 700 Swan I'm working on. The next day it's one of a whole pile of HW101s and a couple of TR4C Drakes and stuff like that. And I got a hunch that one day, probably 10 years from now, I'll wake up and they'll all be fixed on the same day, all of them. VA3LBI, VE3 every known joke.
Yeah, that's true, Bill, about the talking about the cars stuff. Our distracted driving back when I was a young fella would be probably changing the 8-track in my 8-track player.
Well, I remember I was just waiting to get my license and wondering if I could get one of those players for 45 records that were actually in cars, because I saw a picture on the Channel 11 News. John Lennon had one in his rolls.
Oh, that was the 45s you could play in the car, I think it was. It wasn't LPs, it was 45s.
Yep, that's what I'm talking. I can't remember if it would actually let you stack them or if you had to do one at a time. And, of course, he had some real hot-looking young lady with him. Those were the days, hippie days. They'll never come again. They, the pill had just been invented and, you couldn't catch anything they didn't have a cure for. We were a lucky generation.
Yeah, very true, Bill. All right, let me pick up Chris next here, if you don't mind, Bill. VA3WPG, Chris, come on in, VE3LBI.
Hey, good evening, everybody. VA3WPG. Just tuned in at about 8:07, so I missed the first few minutes of the net, but just having a cold snack and still trying to organize everything off my balcony a little bit that I brought inside. I still got the long wire in the X30 out there. They haven't even started setting up the fencing yet down there, so I'm probably just gonna leave the X30 up until I see the fencing and probably pull the long wire down tomorrow or Sunday. As for now, we still got an outdoor antenna going, so it will still be sounding good tonight right now. Other than that, I'll just be listening to the background net in the background and still whittling away here trying to find a place to stick everything until the balcony is redone.
Okay, Chris, are you using an HT tonight, Chris?
I'm on the X30.
Okay, you got something going on because there's a lot of breakup in it, crackling. You sure all the connections are good and tight?
Should be, and I'm showing an SWR of 1.04. Antennas out. Yeah, everything should be good here.
Everybody else noticing the crackling in there with when he keys up?
Absolutely. VA3CP is crackling all through his transmission.
Yep, and his signal strength is down to about an S4 on direct. And when everything's working properly, he's usually a solid 9 up the hill.
Have a quick look around, Chris, before you do any damage with anything.
Will do.
Gophers. All right. Before I pick up Chuck next here, anybody else? Anybody else checking into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Come on in, please.
He said it.
Rick Reset, Larry, VA3CRF.
Okay, I missed that. You're awful late. Again, please.
Sorry, just a quick reset from Vern, VA3CRF.
Is that you, Vern?
Somebody's got no deviation.
The speed of the guy on the stolen motorcycle, he was doing almost 300 kilometers an hour. Wrap your mind around that. That's crazy. Back to you.
Yeah, you're awful low again. Okay, no problem. All right, let me pick up Chuck here then. VA3CJZ, VE3LBI. Come on in, Chuck.
VA3CJZ. Why don't you send it back to Vern there? He is portable, and I'll wait.
All right, I'll see if I can pick him up because he's awful low to me. Come on back in, Vern. VA3CRF, VE3LBI.
How am I now, Larry?
That's a bit better. You got a little bit of static, but I can hear you better.
Okay, across the street, I'm standing on one leg. You're just going to mention that you were off by about 100 clicks on how fast that guy was going on the stolen motorcycle. It was almost 300. That's crazy. Back to you.
Oh, because the wife said he was doing about 2, but 300, that's that's nuts. I have no idea. Like Dave said, they go in between cars and stuff, and apparently I guess he was zigzagging all the way up to 401 in front of transports and just being kind of, I guess you might call him a goof. But the winner didn't kill himself.
Anyway, I'll still be around for a while. Thanks. I just wanted to correct that. It wasn't 200, it was almost 300.
Gotcha, okay. Well, of course, you heard about that speed camera they got in Toronto. I think it's been cut down 4 or 5 times. They got 67,000 tickets. It's one area that's apparently really bad when they come off the highway. 67,000 tickets. I forget how much money they figure is involved in it. But people keep cutting down the camera.
Yeah, it's been cut down for 6 times. The 6th time it's been cut down.
Yep, so anyways, I guess they got a camera on the camera now. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. All right, anything else, Vern, before I do pick up? Let me see, who's next? Oh, okay, Chuck is. Okay, anything else, Vern?
That's it. I'll be listening for a while. Back to you, Larry.
Okay, that's a lot better too. Anyways, wherever you are right now, you just cleared your signal up. Okay, VA3CZ, come on in and I'll check.
All right, very good. VA3CJZ. And yeah, 300K, that's NASCAR speed. That's how fast they go in NASCAR, all out. Yeah, listen, I used to own a motorcycle, and let me finish here. I have done this before, but all the cars were stopped when I went in between, in between lanes, as it were, and the traffic wasn't moving. So, and I've only done that a couple of times, and normally I would operate properly. Of course, I would speed. When I first got the bike, I had to test it out and whatnot. I got it up to speed there, but yeah, weaving in and out of traffic like that's a big no. And I used to wear one of those half lids, so you really didn't want to crash. Anyways, number one, to save the bike, and number two, to save yourself. But yeah, the half brain buckets look cool. Listen, Paul McCartney's coming to Hamilton this fall. He's going to open up the stadium. So I can only wonder how much the tickets are going to go for. Back to you.
Yeah, I heard about that, and I guess people are pretty upset that he skipped Toronto and coming into Hamilton. And by the way, talking about the in-between, there is some states, I don't ask you which ones, in the U.S., and they call it splitting lanes, and it's legal to do. I don't think it's legal to do in Canada, but I think it's called splitting lanes. And it's like I say, in some of the U.S. it is legal, but no, I have no idea, Chuck, what the tickets are going to be going for. And like I said, people are a little upset that he skipped Toronto and is coming to Hamilton, so kind of interesting.
Yeah, who knows why that is. It could be anything. Then I heard Coldplay was playing in Ottawa, I think it was. And they've got a new stadium outside, and apparently it's causing controversy. I guess the neighbors, they've got residential areas not too far, and a lot of them have been complaining about stuff. As well as, I guess, traffic once they leave. I guess if they held over 50,000 people and everybody coming out at once, you can just imagine, right? So, but anyways, yeah, I think that's about it for me there, Larry. I'll pass it back to you.
I thought what you were talking about there, that's Toronto. That wasn't Ottawa. I'm pretty sure that was Toronto. Isn't it the Rogers Center in Toronto they're talking about where they had all the problems?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right, Larry. It's Rogers Stadium, I think it's called now. The other one there. So, yeah, interesting. I'm not even sure where it is.
I'm not that familiar with it myself, so if you got a second, take a quick check and see what we got for, if you don't mind, for contest also through the weekend, if you do get a couple seconds. Yeah, it was Rogers Center. Apparently it was something to do about the transit. It was taking people like to get 2 hours out of the place, and I think that whatever the band was you just said there, I think they have at least another concert, if not two, at least one more for sure.
Right, I think tonight is night 3. So, well, you got to work out the bugs, when you got something new like that. So, it's not surprising. So, anyways, there's only 2 contests on this weekend, Larry. There's the SKCC Weekend Sprintathon, and that's for CW, 6 meters all the way to 160. And then after that, we've got an IARU HF World Championship, and that's, I think, for 24 hours, from 10 meters to 160 there. And that's CW and phone. That's it. Everything else is like an hour long or whatever. So those are the only 2 to worry about.
the HF rig on today, and I haven't had it on even at all. Like I said, we went for a walk this morning. Actually, we stopped at Wendy's on the way home, and then some odds and ends to do around the house. But are the bands any good, or have you actually checked yourself?
Well, I only checked 20 meters earlier, and the only guy I could hear was Sugar 51 Delta X-Ray from where? Slovenia, I think it is. That guy always gets out, but I had a hard time picking him up, and everyone else that was on my cluster, I couldn't really hear.
Yeah, interesting. Oh, how you making out with the? Apparently, you got a new car.
Yeah. The wife got the title done today, and it's parked out front, and she emptied the other car out and brought it all in on the porch, and now it's inside the house. You wouldn't believe the stuff she had packed in that trunk. So it's like Christmas. She's finding all sorts of things. But yeah, got a new gas guzzler.
Oh, good. I guess she's you had to take the spare out to get all the stuff in the trunk, eh?
Yes, and with a full trunk, you have to empty the trunk to get to the tires. So it's not recommended to be jamming that all the time with stuff, unless of course you're going camping or on a trip.
Absolutely, yeah. And I was just thinking about this too, while you're talking about it, because Vern said they said it was close to 300 kilometers an hour. That's 180 miles an hour. That's nuts. That's I mean, you're passing cars. Well, I don't know how you calculate that. I guess if they're doing 100 and you're passing them, so you're doing 2/3 faster than them.
Yeah, almost twice as fast. Like I said, I thought it was around closer to 200 miles an hour, but you might as well say that when you're going that speed. I remember when I first got my Triumph motorcycle, and I was testing out the speed, and I had a nice long run clear on the highway between Ottawa and Montreal. Nice straightaway, and nobody on there, and I opened her up, and then by the time I hit 95 miles an hour, I said, you know what? If I crash now, it's game over anyway, so let's see if it'll do 100. So, of course, I cranked it. As a matter of fact, I applied that same logic, and I took it to the top end, 138 miles an hour on a Triumph Trident motorcycle. Boy, that was fun. Only time I ever did that.
And that's the time you definitely don't want to get hit by a bumblebee.
Yeah, or hit something on the highway to make you, or get a high speed shimmy. So, anything can happen, right?
I think the fastest I ever went in the car, we were heading into Toronto, my buddy and myself, and I forget somebody else. There's three of us in the car. And he had, as a matter of fact, he just got the Roadrunner. He's got a 1969 ragtop Roadrunner. He just got it back completed. It's fully restored. Anyways, we were going down the 403, and he was doing about 110 miles an hour, not kilometers. And I said to Brian, for Christ's sake, slow down. I said, if somebody pulls in front of you, you're going to kill him. And I looked at it, and I said, the light post looks like picket fences. I said, yeah, he slowed down. We did. That's back in the day when it used to be 60 and 70, but we were doing about 110.
Yeah, that's quick. But on a bike, man, when you're doing 138, that's miles per hour, and man, that feels much faster. It feels like you're on a rocket. And but in the car, I remember I was with a CBer back in the day, and we were coming back from Burlington in a Trans Am, and the guy was going so fast going up the Skyway Bridge that we had air once we reached the top and cresting, and so we left the bridge for a brief moment. And I told him, I said, man, if you kill me, if I die, I'm going to kill you. But
Okay, Chuck, let me see if anybody else is out there. Anybody else want to check into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? My call sign Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo India. Come on in.
VA3WPG.
Victor Alpha 3, Bravo Tango.
All right, hang on there, Al. Bring back Chris and see how he made out with his, something was not quite kosher. So VA3WPG, VA3LBI, come on in, Chris.
All right, is this still breaking up?
No, sir, it is not. They want to give a bit more talk power there so that Matt can check you on reverse and see what it looks like.
Okay, I'm back on VFOB, back on medium power, breaking up.
Nope, you're good and clear. Did you check them on reverse there, Matt, this time?
Yep, came up to an S7, so medium power, that's okay.
Okay, hold on, let me step away from the radio. Now I'm stretching my microphone cord a little bit. Am I breaking up yet? Stretching the mic, moving my cord around.
Yep.
Something happened there, whether you were just hanging on the microphone wrong or something, but there was a bit of noise.
And it should be gone now?
Yes, there is no noise at all.
Okay, this radio's got one of the little telephone connector things. I'm holding it now. It must be getting loose. I can feel it going back and forth. Yeah, okay, well, I'm not going to go through the whole spiel again from earlier, but yes, that is lane splitting and that is illegal, and at 135 miles, a bee would feel like a bullet. And the funny thing is Toronto people are upset because Paul McCartney's coming here and we're getting a concert. Well, boo-hoo. You know how many times I've had to go to Toronto to see bands I want to see? It's nice to start seeing the bands come here. Anyways, hopefully this transmission made it through while I'm holding my microphone cord in, and guess I'll have to investigate a new mic.
Yep, no problem. Okay, through good and clear that time, Chris. Okay. Here I got Vern. Are you still with us? VA3 CRF before I pick up L.
Yeah, I'm still here. How do you copy me? I'm on a different street now.
That's a lot better. A lot better. What's the name of the street? Better get out?
I walked over from Main Street over to Mill Street. A couple of quick comments, if you don't mind, Larry. Yeah, Coldplay, 4 concerts. The problem with Rogers Stadium, which is basically Downsview Park, is just, the whole transit issue between Downsview Station and Shepherd West and a couple of others, and just very not efficient getting to and away from it after the concert's over. Lots of complaints about that. Paul McCartney, the tickets go on sale on the 18th. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be way too expensive for me. The other thing is, Andrea Bocelli's coming as well, and he's coming to Hamilton, not Toronto. It's another guy I'd love to see, way out of my price range.
Who was the last one you said, Vern? Sorry?
Lane splitting, I see that often when we visit Arizona.
Who was the other person that's coming to Hamilton there, Vern? I missed it.
He dropped out like his battery killed.
He disappeared from it. Are you still with us? CHCCRF, VA3LBI?
I am. The battery just died. And one of the good thing I brought too. What I was saying about Arizona is they do lane splitting there, and believe it or not, you don't have to wear a helmet there. It's not the law. Now, granted, if you're doing 200 kilometers an hour, a helmet's not going to help you. It's just crazy to me to see people on the highway without a helmet. All right, that's it, Larry. Back to you.
Yeah, okay, no problem. I missed that. Who did you say was the second party that was coming to Hamilton? Not, you said there was a second person coming to Hamilton. I missed who it was. Yeah, you're really breaking up. I missed that completely, that one. Okay, I'll wait till you either get into a better spot or whatever. But I missed who the second person was you said was coming to Hamilton. I couldn't pick it up. So let me bring in L next. VA3BT, VE3LBI. All home there from your Barry escapade or whatever.
Hey, good evening, Larry, and everybody on frequency. Yeah, we're home. Started off a good week, then it was rough. I mean, rough. It started from Tuesday morning, probably right till Wednesday night. I don't know. I had a fever, sore throat, lots of Advil. I don't know how I pulled through at work with that, but yeah, it was just a nightmare. And then this morning, I dropped my phone. I don't know how many times. Doesn't the screen go on it? And then I guess the internal. So without a phone all day today. So me in construction, site supervisor with no phone. Yeah, I'm not sitting in front of a laptop all day. So yeah, thank God I'm home. Let's put it that way.
Well, thank goodness you were sick this week, not next, because you're going away, right?
Yeah, my vacation starts now. Thank God.
Just one of those weeks that you really want to forget.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't. So I took the phone in for repair. One of them little repair shops there, and buddy's like $300 for the screen. I'm like, holy jeez. Okay, whatever. It's a company phone because the IT guys in my office is like, listen, if it's the screen, get it repaired. If it's internal, don't bother. We'll replace it. Yeah, they wanted like $310 for the screen. And buddy was looking into it, and he's like, I'm going on the internal. It's not, it's not the screen here. We're going to have to look deep into this. I'm like, forget it. Put it back together.
They're cheaper for them to replace the phone instead of doing any repair on it now.
Yeah. It's just suck, man. Like, it's sad at how dependent we are with phones. Like myself for work, it's needed. Everything I had to do was on the laptop or the iPad. It's either if I'm contacting someone from my office or someone that's on Teams, I'm going through Teams, calling through Teams, right? It sucks. And then, emails.
Oh, exactly. So now you can't communicate with the people that are there and can't get what they're sending you.
Yeah. Usually you'd call up your consultants and trades and whoever else, right? Deliveries and stuff. But now I'm changing things. Everything's all through emails, through Teams, and that was just a cluster altogether today.
Yeah, hang on 1 second. I don't know whether KDT was in there. VA3 KDT, you still with us? VA3LBI?
VA3LBI, VA3KDT. Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, no, I just saw the 7-3. I thought maybe you were gone.
Oh, no, I was replying to guy there. Or geek, sorry.
Oh, okay, no problem. All right, back down for a minute there. So heading north next week when you go up Sunday morning, or what's your plan?
Well, tomorrow we got the family picnic. It's going to be a busy weekend, so that's starting with a picnic tomorrow. We're probably leaving midday Sunday, around there. We're just heading up to Aurelia.
Nice. And is that a private park up there, Ralph?
Yep, private park, right by Lake Simcoe there. It's funny, it's like 20 minutes from my job.
You should have pulled the trailer up to the job, left it up there, picked it up on the way through.
I know. I might even just leave it there for an extra week and let the company pay for it.
There you go. You still living in the hotel?
Yeah. I can't complain. It's a decent hotel. It's got a full kitchen. It's roomy, so I'm not complaining.
Well, that's all right anyway. All right. Anything else before I pass her down? Actually, before I do, I'm going to give a shout out there. Is that it for now, Al?
Yeah. We'll be sitting along here, listening along here.
All right, no problem. All right. Anybody else want to check into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? My call sign Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo India. Come on in.
VA3 CJZ recheck.
Yep. VA3 KDT. I was saying hi. Okay, we got a double up there. Hang on 1 second, Dole. Go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah, just a quick comment for Chris, VA3WBG, with the loose plug there. If you want a temporary fix, Chris, maybe wedge a toothpick or a folded piece of cardboard where you see it moving around there. I know it's a small area, but a toothpick or a piece of cardboard might help you. And for now. So otherwise, just be mindful when you're moving the cord around. And yeah, that's pretty much it there, Larry. Thanks.
Yep. No, that's a good point there, how I wedge it in. So, all right, Noel's in there. VE3KDT, Noel, VE3LBI, come on in.
Good evening, Larry, and everyone else on that. Yeah, I got the station back hooked up. Can't even talk. Hooked back up. Even got the antenna raised up a little bit. It's just cresting my roof. Just a tip, just for a second, just to see how it's broadcast. But yeah, other than that, I got my windows in. I'm absolutely drenched. It's been a heck of a day. We went from sliding windows to those rollout ones or whatever. So I've been at the hardware store, plywood and everything else to kind of fit my portables in.
Oh, you got to change it because of the you're fix it up because of the air conditioner.
Yeah. We had the slide one, so I could just kind of wedge it in that little opening or whatever. And now it's like the whole pane is open, so I had to get then they put my kitchen window is huge, and they kind of split it vertically, so it's like this, I don't know, meter and a half, or I guess that's what 4 feet there, Larry, tall. So I had to get something really big to shove in there. But MacGyvered it all, a bunch of tape and everything else, and then the next door neighbors had to come over, and so I was helping the ladies get theirs installed.
Yeah, because if you don't have a normal vertical horizontal window up going up and down, now you got to crank out. Yeah, that would make a difference because now you got the whole window to open it, and you got to reseal the top because of the air conditioner sitting at the bottom. So it would be quite a challenge.
Yeah, I made do last night with just some cardboard, but you could feel the heat coming through, and so it was just a pain in the butt. So I figured I'd go a little bit more. But funny part about that is now there's a big gaping hole in my wherever I got the wood, so I drilled another big hole and threw my coax through there, so now my antenna is lifted up even higher.
Well, that's all right, nothing wrong with that's for sure. So, all right, you got the kids there this weekend?
Absolutely, yeah, actually just started, they just got dropped off, and they're going to be with me for an entire week, so I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I'm sure going to be tired and beat, but I'd much rather have the time with them, so I'm looking forward to that.
All right, well, if you got them there, you better go pick them up or whatever, or maybe they're already in the house.
Youngest is fast asleep, and oldest is deep into Minecraft videos on YouTube. So he didn't even notice when I said, "Hey, I'm just going to go upstairs quickly and say hi," and didn't even get a response.
Okay, very good. No, well, that's good. You got it for the week then, so that'll be fun. You guys can sure find something to do. And again, like I said, if you're listening before, if not, we got another heat warning until Thursday coming up. So make sure you guys are, staying cool.
Yeah, thank you for that. No, I was, I just got back from the neighbors. They were fixing their windows, so I kind of missed the first little bit. But it's actually pretty nice in here. I have enough portables that kind of equals the amount of BTUs a central air puts out, so it's about the same.
All right, very good. Anything else, Noel?
No, just kind of wanted to make sure the radio was working and everything else. So I see you already got a couple responses, so everything's good. I'll be listening along for the duration, and I guess I'll throw back to you.
All right, very good. I'll put a shout out again. Anybody else want to check into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? My call sign Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo India. Come on in, please. I'm not sure if Wade's going to make it in time or not. All right, Mac, we're running back up to the top there. VA3IMW, VE3LBI. Come on back in, Mac.
Yes, sirree. And there gives me my chance for my favorite, or discuss my favorite intersection, or not so much, especially in the summertime. Coming south on number 6 highway as you leave Puss Lynch, just after the highway widens from 2 lanes to 4 lanes, there's a certain road that goes off to the east. And I think that there is some kind of a campground or park on that road. And especially on Fridays, you have a large variety of folks that want to make a left-hand turn there. Probably tonight was the worst I've ever seen, except for when there was a head-on collision at that same intersection. But it had traffic at a standstill southbound, a real danger. And I'm hoping that they take some action there. There is also an intersection just previous to that coming from the west. I can't even think clearly as far as what the side road names are, but coming from the west, cars want to make a right-hand turn onto active traffic, and that's going southbound on number 6 highway, and then cut over 2 lanes into the turning lane in order to get into this left turn going east of the park. So kind of a hazard, a popular spot, no doubt, but heavy duty danger. So that's one of the things that I'm getting used to as far as making the trip up and down the highway. Anyways, I'm sure everybody anybody who has been up through Bus Lunch a number of times would probably recognize the intersections I'm talking about. Anyways, not sure that anybody really cares, but that's kind of what I face every day.
Thinking of Campbellville Road,
It may be that.
and the next one south is Gore Road.
Yeah, and there's some kind of conservation area and camping park up in that region, and there's all kinds of interest in going that way. So obviously, towards the weekend, camper trailers, people coming and going, and I'm sure there's still people that have their family camping there for a long period of time through the summertime, and then guy or gal who happens to work throughout the week joins them back on the weekend. So yeah, where people go, there's a hazard.
Yeah, okay. I think you've activated the park right by the trailer park there, VA3CP or campground.
What am I cooking up here?
I'm trying to think of the area. I remember there used to be that park you're talking about. Is that to the north of like up going to go number 6 to the north there?
Yeah, so Gore Road comes from the west. Dave's absolutely correct. And then Campbellville Road comes off to the east. And the park is called Mountsburg. And I'm pretty sure there's camping and hiking and all kinds of stuff. So it's a popular area.
No camping at Mountsburg.
Valentine's camping, B3BYT.
What about Crawford Lake?
No camping there either.
Well, they certainly attract a crowd, and usually there's trailers and RVs and all kinds of stuff that's included. So I'm not sure what's going on over there, but boy, oh boy, they sure stack up the traffic. And yeah, there was, I would say 3 weeks ago, there was a heavy duty crash that had that intersection locked down and closed. So yeah. Anyways, it doesn't affect most other people, but just me.
All right, very good. I heard Ed in there. VE3BYT. Come on in, Ed. VE3LBI.
Good evening. I just got in, turned it on. I heard some camping questions there, so I put in my 2 cents worth, and that's all I had. VE3BYT.
What have you been up to the fine day today, Ed?
Oh, it's a long day of stuff. I was out doing some painting, stuff like that this morning. Got home and was chores. The lawn mowing. I mow my neighbor's lawn because he's on vacation. My lawn, do weed killing, hedge cutting. And then unfortunately my son decided to make dinner, so that kind of rounded it all out and made some nice keg burgers and stuff like that. So that was nice of him to do that.
I take it you haven't been out doing any activations lately?
Activations, I think it's been, it was last Sunday I did the activation on the Trans-Canada Trail up in Magnetawan, Ontario. That's up toward South River, up there.
Oh, that's right. You were up there for a weekend or whatever. Were you just up kind of sightseeing or doing any fishing or anything like that?
Well, we had to go and retrieve a kayak that was stored at Ontario Teachers Federation campground. That's because the OTF union, in its quest to not take care of its members, has decided to sell the campground out from under everybody and close her down. So they gave everybody like a month to pick up their stuff and clear out so they can close on this conditional offer they got. So that was disappointing that we're not camping up there this year for the first time in 20 years. But we'll find something new to do.
Yeah, I've been up to South River. We fished up there. I forget the name of the creek that runs through there. Got some nice little brookies out of there.
Yeah, that whole area is pretty nice. The west side of Algonquin Park. Most of the Magnetawan, though, is on the west side of Highway 11, west side of Burke's Falls, in about half an hour drive there. It's kind of a forgotten area. There's a lot of lakes and cottages there that look the way they did in the 1950s. Motorboats from the 50s and things like that. So it's kind of picking up now that the 400's been twinned all the way through. Maybe another 5 to 10 years and it'll be hopping like Huntsville is, but at the moment there's really nothing going on out there.
Yeah, I know when they put the highways through, it sure changed a lot of things. I know that, but we did a lot of camping at Arrowhead there, and going fishing was nothing. You drove down the road and you could go into some of the back roads, but now you can't get at them. There's basically almost like a service road before you get into any of those roads now to go any fishing or anything. Because that's one of the things we always did with my dad, my mom. Mom usually stayed home, but Dad and I would go, take off early morning and hit this little brooks and stuff like that, pick up some little nice speckles.
Yeah, it's true. There's a spot, let me see here now. If you go up 400, just past Perry Sound where 124 takes off. If you go another 10 kilometers or so, there's a former provincial park on the map. It's actually a POTUS site. It says Round Lake Provincial Park. And it's in the listing as a non-operating site, but there's really no way to get to it. Like, the entrance used to be off of 69, but that's gone. And there's really no way to, short of getting an ATV, there's no way to get in there.
All because of the highway. It changed it.
Yeah, that's probably why. It cost too many $1 million to put a clover leaf in there for just a campground, more or less.
No, it's a shame, but I know we frequent, like I said, Arrowhead Park many years. We went there. I think it was I don't know, was it the first year it opened or the year after it opened. Became quite familiar with the gentleman that ran the park, the superintendent. As a matter of fact, my dad and they befriended each other. Both of them were hunter and trappers. He lived up in Novar.
Oh yeah. Well, let's see now. I haven't been to Arrowhead since about 2007, I think. I think that's the last time I was there. I do remember we were there for the September long weekend and all the bears that came out to join us.
Yeah, the lady that complained at one time we were up there, she said, I left my chocolate cake on the table and the bear come and ate it. I want to talk to the rangers.
Yeah, I want to spend some time with the rangers. It says that what they do on long weekends is they simply go to some of the donut shops around Huntsville and places like that, and they buy all the day olds and I think 5, 6 garbage bags full, and they keep on bringing them all weekend long and putting them near the garbage dump area so the bears all migrate there as opposed to bugging the campers.
When we first went there, Ed, I remember they used to have the tin pails hanging on the post out front for your garbage, and of course some people be throwing pop and stuff in it, and they get the ants crawling up, they get the woodpecker picking off the ants off of it and selling machine gun.
Ooh, nasty sounding. I've never seen that. Maybe before my time.
Yeah, well, people put garbage out there tonight to chorus the coons. to 9 there, so let me give it a shout out. Anybody else checking into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Come on in, please.
VA3IMW.
There's a follower missing there. Come on in, Steve.
Good evening, Larry, and to everybody else on the net here. Just chilling at home in the back. Thank God the day is over. It's just going to be hotter this weekend, I think. But hey, better than snow, right? So anyway, yeah, that's about it. Just relaxing there. I got home about 15 minutes ago. I had to bring my mom a flashlight. She didn't have a reliable flashlight. So I went to the store and got her a flashlight there. So all is good on the home front. That's about it, Larry. I'll send it right back to you. VE3LBI, VA3IMW.
Yep, okay, Steve. I take it you're still on holidays?
Yes, sir. Yep. Currently on holidays, and I go back Monday.
Well, hope you enjoyed the week off anyway. So, sounds like you didn't have to do too much, but kind of enjoy a little bit of relaxation there.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of radio in the evenings. Some of the bands are just shot during the day, as you know. And that's about it. So that's about where I'm about to retire next. After we clear off the net there, so I'll probably go in the shop there for a couple hours and see what's going on, make a couple contacts, and then I'll be hitting the old bowl of shreddies and then off to bed after that.
All right, watch out for that milk. All right, very good, Steve. Okay, anybody else checking into the Friday night ZOE Ragchew? Last call, Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo Angel. Come on in.
VA3 CRF recheck, Larry.
Yep, go ahead, Vern.
Almost back at the house. Just thought I'd jump in before you get to me on the 73 round. Good night. Appreciate the chance to participate. Was just going to mention that the other performer that I had mentioned that's coming to Hamilton is Andrea Bocelli. Would love to see him, but way out of my price range. Anyway, good night. Take care, Larry. VA3 CRF.
Okay, Vern, no problem. I marked you in at 7-3, so I won't pick you up on the way down in case you get to the house there. All right, well, thanks for joining in and thanks for the information. Appreciate it. All right, Mac, we're doing a 7-3. VA3IMW, VE3LBI.
7-3. Thanks, Larry.
Oh, that was too quick.
Oh, sorry. Great job as usual. Always look forward to Friday evening. A good chance to talk about nothing or something or anyways. Good job done by all. Waving a hand to everybody who's checked in on YouTube. Thanks for supporting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll be back on Sunday night on the VE3 ZOE repeater with the Lake Ontario Radio Club net at 7 p.m. Thanks again.
All right, very good, Mac. Thanks. All right, Dave, VA3CP, VE3LBI. Just doing a 7-3, Dave.
Okay, I had a little bit more to say. VA3CP back Emerald Lake Campground and also Maple Grove Campground, both on Gore Road. And just got a notice at the beginning of the net for anybody that's activating Victor Echo Fox Park. You must submit them now in WWFF format. You cannot submit your protologs there. They have to be converted to WWFF. Stuart is too busy to be doing that manually. So if you want to upload your logs to VFF.ca, it must be in FF format. All right, 73 all VA3CP.
Dave, before you go, wasn't there some way that was online to do that or something? I thought somebody had mentioned it. Not through him, but another way to do it or something?
What, to convert the logs?
Yes, sir.
Edward brought up
Okay, more if you know you guys don't mind it.
Yeah, carry on.
Okay, thank you. VE3EKJ, Bill, we're just doing a 7-3 round, VE3LBI.
Okay, fine. Good timing, Larry, because I intend to get to bed a little early tonight. My buddy's picking me up, take me and another guy up to Milton, so that means I got to be up at the squeak of hearts. And I'm not good getting up as early as I used to, unless, of course, it was to go fishing. Somehow my eyeballs snap open at 5 in the morning, no problem for that. So anyhow, 7-3 to the whole group, fun as always. VE3LBI, VE3 every known joke.
Okay, thanks, Bill. All right, up next, Chris. VA3WPG, VE3LBI, doing a 7-3 round, Chris.
Alrighty, VA3WPG. I just want to confirm my signal's still good right now.
Yep, good, crisp, clear, no breaking up at all. It's really good.
Okay, well, I guess I'm looking at new microphones right now. I'm finding them for $20 to $30, so that's not too bad. But before I do that, I'm just going to go back to my normal position and give a count to 5, and I'm going to just make 100% sure that when I count to 5, my signal starts breaking up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I broke up, right?
Yes, you broke up. You started breaking up. Yes, absolutely.
Here's some contact cleaner, Chris.
I actually do have some of that. I'll try giving some of that a shot. But I do know since my last apartment and this one, my radios are a bit further away from my desk. So if anybody's ever, I know I refer to this a lot, but if ever anybody's ever seen the movie Big Trouble in Little China, the opening to that movie, I tend to be a little bit like Jack Burton on the microphone. It'll wear out eventually, but yeah, I'll definitely give some contact cleaner a shot before I do that. It is an old radio, that is one thing. So yeah, other than that, everybody have a good night. Do we have any nets going on tomorrow? Summer schedule. I'm going to do some contact cleaner and for the next net and see how that worked out. Because I think I still have a weekend here with my antennas because they still haven't set up the fence. So I'm going to leave my X30 up until they actually start setting up the fencing to redo the balconies, and I'm going to pull that down at the last minute. So other than that, any nets tomorrow?
No, the next net'll be Sunday or Saturday. Everything's been kind of shut down for the summer. But I'm sure people will be around. Probably give them a shout here. I'm pretty sure somebody will be around, Chris, and you can try that. The other thing you can do is I bought one. They're a straight through extension cable. This one here I got. Gee, it's got to be 3 feet long. I just plug my regular these bungee cords on the portable radios. I hate them, and mine's the same thing. It's just got the jack. But I bought this extension. They weren't that expensive. I bought 2 of them. Actually, I lost one. I actually ended up finding it again. But it's about 3 feet long, and you don't even touch the cord itself now. It doesn't get stretched at all.
Be another idea, or I also take note of Chuck's idea, so thank you for that. I can't remember what he said to use, but the rolling paper or matchbook would be the same thing. Or I wonder if even there's probably some kind of newer thing where I can even upgrade to a Bluetooth mic on this thing maybe. But other than that, we'll get it sorted out. So won't hold it up anymore. Everybody have a good evening. 73, and we'll catch you on the next net. VA3WPG. Have a good one.
Okay, thanks, Chris. What Chuck mentioned was a toothpick. All right, VA3, CJZ, DE3LBI. We're just doing a 7-3 round, Chuck.
Very good, Larry. VA3, CJZ. And yes, that's right, Chris. I said a toothpick or a piece of cardboard or a folded piece of paper will wedge that plug in there for temporary until you get another mic there. And you mentioned matchbook. God, I haven't seen an actual matchbook in I don't know how long. And the other thing thing was, Larry, when you mentioned raccoons there earlier, it triggered a memory of the family being out at Algonquin. And we're sitting there, and it's dark. We got a fire. We're sitting by the fire, and I can hear some rustling. Now, our car isn't parked far away, and I had a mag light flashlight with me. So I picked it up, aimed it at the back of the car, and sure enough, our trunk was open, and a raccoon was eating our loaf of bread. So be careful with your food, and Yogi and Boo Boo won't steal the cake. That's about it, Larry. Thanks for doing the net. 731 and all. This is VA3CJZ.
WPG, quick comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Just a comment for Chuck there. You haven't seen matches for a while. I didn't even know they still made the things. Ironically enough, a couple months ago, the corner store at Whitney and Main Street West here, they actually had matches, and I commented on them, and they gave me a few books of them. So I actually have 3 books of matches here. I don't want to use them because I'm afraid one day they won't be available, and they'll be worth something one day. Joking. Anyways, yeah, no, that's kind of funny though. VA3WPG.
Okay, thanks, Chris. All right, Al, VA3BT, VA3LBI, we're just doing a 7-3 rundown.
All right, good job there, Larry. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for being there. 7-3, guys. And, yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, very good. Have a good trip next week, too. Noel, VE3KDT, just doing a 7-3 round, Noel.
Yeah, still here. 7-3. Thanks for doing the net. Did have a quick comment or question there for the Pork Chop Express WPG. If he's looking for, I have an extra like desktop microphone. It's a condenser mic. I used my radio needed a dynamic, so it was just an AliExpress kind of cheap pickup. I think it was only like $15 or $20, but if he can use it or wants it, it says.
The Pork Chop Express. I love that. Okay, anyway, so this mic here is the MH36.
Not sure. It looked like most of the Yaesus use dynamic, and ICOM seems to love the condensers.
We'll talk later. VA3WPG.
All right, no problem. Then I guess 7-3 all, and back to you, Larry.
Yep, okay, very good. I'm going to skip over Ed for 1 second there. Steve, we're just doing a 7-3 round, VE3LBI.
Yeah, okay, Larry. Good nut. I think I missed 2/3 of it, but we caught the tail of it anyway. 7-3 to all, and we will catch you next time there. This is VA3MG.
Okay, thanks, Steve. All right, VE3VYT, we're doing a 7-3 round. I'll get the 7-3, and then let me close the net if you don't mind, and maybe you can talk about this conversion from Dakota to the other award.
Yeah, okay. No problem. Hey, I was looking up these parks and I got interested in this camping business. I see that camping is at Kelso and Rattlesnake Point in Halton, and that Mountsburg might have had camping once upon a time, but doesn't look like they have any now. But all these places says if you have group camping, you could probably apply to see if they'll let a group camp somewhere. So who knows? Maybe that's the way to go at it. The Lake Ontario West Radio Camping Group. Back to you, Larry. VE3DYT.
Yep, okay, thanks very much. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Once again, thanks everybody for joining in, and the people on YouTube, and the people, and Mac for putting it on YouTube. I'd like to thank Terry VE3IQL for the use as a repeater. And with that, my call sign, Victor Echo 3, Lima, Bravo, India. I'll return repeater back over to normal use. 730.
Brings the net to a close. 7-3 1 all. That's how we say goodbye.
Okay, who was that the one who wanted to know about converting?